Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, the exact details and confirmation of ownership are still subject to verification.
Oh man, he owed that money to the IRS. Why don't you just give him a few cards?
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
Mayweather has openly stated that he plans to spend $402 million on 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan in order to increase the amount of affordable housing available there. Even though these assertions have received a lot of media attention, verification is still necessary to determine the precise specifics and ownership. How much does he owe the IRS? Well, it's more than you want to pay. Why just give him a few cards if he went so far? Yes, it is in the amount of more than $20 million. Man, that's a lot of money. According to reports,
disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
A well-known attorney has provided evidence after Floyd Mayweather denied the $42 million claims. Financial analysts, legal professionals, and industry insiders who have long been suspicious of shady business practices connected to the former boxing champion turned entrepreneur have been very vocal about this disclosure. The attorney's now publicly available evidence reveals a convoluted network of fraudulent transactions, falsified paperwork, and misleading investment offers in which Mayweather is said to have directly participated. Disappointed, Floyd is what is referred to be an independent contractor. Additionally, when you start working as an independent contractor, they offer you 2 checks or a check for $230
out of retirement in 55
Yeah.
to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway.
million. If you make $230 million, Skip. It is your responsibility to make the deduction and ensure that the Internal Revenue Service receives any additional money that needs to be withheld from your paycheck. The attorney claims that the evidence he presented includes a number of internal emails and bank transfer documents that allegedly demonstrate how Mayweather's office knew about and even authorized different components of a scheme intended to mislead investors. According to the records, major financial transactions were handled through channels that arouse a number of concerns, such as the use of middlemen with questionable reputations and abnormally high real estate asset appraisals. The evidence points to a well-planned scheme that sought to transfer funds into a string of high-stakes transactions that promised exponential profits rather than a spontaneous act of poor management or error, leaving retirement at age 55 to pay off an IRS bill. And even Mike Tyson, however, what is so frustrating about me? Skip, Floyd Mayweather has experienced this previously. What is it that you don't understand? And I'm even more dissatisfied because you're showing off your wealth on Twitter and Instagram. Even though you have a lot of money and may have 30 or 40 racks in front of you.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright."
You will not take these people's money. Now, Skip, I think he would have accepted this fight anyhow. You have Bugattis, Enzo Ferrari's, private jets, and a yacht. The lawyer painstakingly collected evidence that he says links Mayweather to the inappropriate handling of monies over several months, as concerns surrounded this purported fraudulent plan. He argues that the evidence shows a pattern of conduct in which contracts were changed and financial statements were purposefully falsified without giving investors the necessary notice. The attorney claims that internal memoranda alerted them to possible regulatory problems. However, Mayweather's team continued to move forward with deals that were ultimately shown to be illegitimate. His testimony demonstrates that there is no circumstantial evidence. Instead, it's a direct connection. Clear topic line emails, financial spreadsheet annotations, and insider testimony all combine to create a strong argument that contradicts the mainstream story. Floyd Mayweather, who is well known for his skill in the boxing ring, has long maintained a reputation as a shrewd businessman who is familiar with high finance. But the accusations made against him in relation to this $42 million swindle provide a much more alarming image. Although his team has consistently...
Floyd, I hope the $402 million ain't left his bank account yet, then. I remember Floyd was on a talk show. I think 50 Cent posted that as well. And he said something like, you know, they say, if you know how much money you got, then you don't really got enough money. So they say, if you know how many buildings you got, then you ain't got enough buildings. Como? Who told you that? I hope your real estate broker or investor, whoever handles this real estate, I hope they ain't tell you that.
Rejected these allegations as unfounded and self-serving. Indeed, it has been reported that Floyd Mayweather has spent almost $42 million to purchase 62 properties in Upper Manhattan. He made this large investment using his real estate holdings with the goal of growing his holdings in the New York City real estate market. Mayweather has stated that this individual has great personal significance in this purchase, which reflects his modest upbringing and desire to offer reasonably priced home options. When you work hard, you can achieve anything, he said, recalling his childhood dream of owning a single home. It's important to note that even though Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports indicate that property records do not yet confirm.
All right, this next clip is from 2017 on the Joe Rogan podcast, where Tom Segura and Joey Diaz talk about Floyd Mayweather owing $29 million to the IRS. Now, obviously, this clip was way back in 2017, so it's possible he paid it off. Or it's possible that he owes way more now.
I think Floyd Mayweather has like 6. Does he really?
He has so many.
He's hilarious. His spending habits are hilarious. His cars.
Love him.
He's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other
18.
colors too, though, man.
Yeah, he does.